this is John with the Adams team at Keller Williams. Welcome to the first episode in our mini-series on the Home Seller Bootcamp. So we're calling on all soon-to-be home sellers and borderline home sellers, people who are just kind of thinking about it, who want to learn the ropes, and calling on all of them to just take a watch, kind of see the high-level steps to take when they're getting ready to sell their home, and hopefully we can help a few people out there. So over the next few days, we'll be diving into the steps you should take to get your house market ready. If you want to join the others who want to make the most money from their home sale, we recommend you follow us on Facebook and Instagram and follow along this week as we run through these steps. So let's talk about first step, which is developing your game plan. So whether you're thinking about moving up to a house that better fits your needs, maybe something for a growing family, or your family's gone, you're now empty nesters and you're planning to downsize and stop doing yard work, or even if you want to sell an investment property and just maximize the return on that investment, you're going to need a game plan. So today I'm going to lay out some of the high-level timelines that we talk through. Of course, this is very high level. We go through personalized plans with everyone that we work with in much more detail, but everyone needs to start somewhere, and this is a great point to start with thinking about the process. So first step here is about 30 to 60 days out, you're going to want to schedule a home selling consultation with a real estate agent, preferably myself or Danielle, but if not, then someone else, but you'll want to talk to a realtor. The main reason is, for most people, unless you're a professional investor, how often do you go through a home sale in your lifetime? Average people in the Midwest stay in their homes about 9 to 10 years now. So over the course of a lifetime, that's what, maybe 4 sales? We, on the other hand, go through nearly 1 a week. So why not talk to an expert? This is kind of the foundation of what follows, scheduling this consultation. So some of the reasons why you would do this, why you would schedule a consultation, and why it's so important is, one, you want to learn about the process. Say it's been 10 years, 15 years, or even, maybe it's your first home and you're moving up to a larger home for your family. You've never sold a home before. Well, why not listen to an expert and see what they have to say to maximize your return? So the next thing is developing a personalized action plan. Like I said, this is kind of a high-level outline of the steps you need to take. But to really maximize that value, you're going to want a personalized plan. You're going to want recommendations based on your house, your location, your needs, your timeline, your budget. All of that needs to play into it. So you want to talk to a professional who knows all of that and knows what it looks like. And as I said, learning from the experience of others. So part of what we do as we go through a selling consultation is we'll want to basically have a conversation with you. We want to understand what your needs are, what your desires are. Is money, getting the most out of your sale, the most important thing to you? Is selling it quickly with as little hassle as you want the most important thing to you? What is it that's ultimately your goal? And then we'll also talk to you about what you actually love about the house. What we want to do here is create kind of a vision or an avatar of who that buyer is. And you were at one time that buyer for your house. So by learning what you love about your house, it helps us understand how we can best market that to the next person, to the next buyer. So during this conversation, or after the conversation, we will create this action plan. In some cases, that includes us sending in a professional home stager to help make some suggestions. Maybe you have some awkward spaces in your home that you're not quite sure what to do with. Maybe you know that you need to paint but don't know what's going to work for most people. So we'll create kind of that step-by-step action plan at this consultation and after, so that you know exactly what it is that you need to do. And then lastly, we'll talk through what kind of paperwork you'll need. So seller disclosures, the surveys if you have them, that kind of general process overall. So that's the first step. Now, the second step in developing your game plan is going to take place about 15 to 30 days out. And this step is really following that action plan. So once you've got the plan, it's really implementing it. In this step, you'll be looking at staging, deep cleaning, and pre-packing. So this is the timeline where you'll be doing any painting that you have to do in your house. You'll be getting worn out carpets replaced. You'll be doing any deferred maintenance, things like a front door that doesn't latch properly. Stuff that someone's going to come in, they're going to look at it and they're going to say, that really should be fixed. Well, in their mind, they're going to see stuff that's, a buyer's going to see stuff that turns them off the home. They might not even know exactly what it is, but they might just have this general feeling. A lot of times what that turns out to be is actually deferred maintenance, stuff that you've lived with and don't think is a big deal, but other people might. And then starting to pre-pack your things. Certainly in our house, and I'm sure at most other people's houses, you know that the stuff you have grows to the space you have. When we're showing a home, we want it to look more like a model home, which has relatively little in it. It's, for example, most people's closets, we would recommend taking half of the clothes out of the closet so that it looks like it has additional space. We've got a lot more staging tips coming. Danielle, I believe, will be talking about those on Wednesday. But all that stuff, that excess stuff, this is when you'll pre-pack it. A lot of people go with a pod and pack a pod. Other people just box it up, and if you have space in the basement or in a garage without making the space feel too small, then that might be a possibility. Again, kind of depends on your house. And then some of the other stuff like refreshing mulch and flower beds. I know right now we're expecting about 7 to 8 inches of snow today, but most of the year, refreshing your mulch, doing the flower beds, all of that really helps create that good first impression that someone's really going to like. We want to create an emotional connection with people. So that starts from when they first see your home, when they pull up their car. So that's step 2. Step 3 here is all about getting photo ready. So now that you've got your the windows washed, the furniture moved, oversized furniture moved out of the way, bookshelf staged, everything set, you're kind of finished doing those finishing touches and then figuring out what makes your home really appear in the best light. So usually that means opening curtains, opening blinds, really getting it as light and bright as you can, because you want these photos that are going to be taken in this timeline, in this 10 to 15 day out timeline, you want them to really show your home in the best light possible. So it's what most buyers are seeing before they ever set foot in your home. It's kind of like your first showing. So we'll provide lots of tips on what to do and how to maximize these photos, but the implementation is ultimately up to the seller. So the other part of this really is making sure that you keep it clean. Once you've gone through all these steps and gotten it ready to show, generally you finish getting it ready for photos about 1 to 2 weeks out from the actual listing. And from there, the most important thing is making sure that for every showing, as you get to that point, it looks as good as it did for those photos. And everything is, all the deferred maintenance, again, taken care of. If something happened, we want to get it fixed right away during this timeline. But then we want it just to have that great first impression for anyone. So this is the final stretch kind of before the sale sign goes in the yard. At this point, we'll be in regular contact pretty much daily, talking through all of these steps and where we are in the process, what's next, all the little details, and letting you know what's going on with a marketing plan in terms of digital marketing, paper marketing, so print, sending, coming soon, postcards, everything like that. I'll be talking to you nearly daily during this lead up to that first weekend, to those first showings. So that's it for today for the high level game plan summary. Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of our Home Seller Bootcamp. Before you go, I wanted to let you know that we've put together a free guide that kind of walks through, again at a high level, but walks through what I talked today, also has a list of questions to ask a real estate agent as you talk to them, includes a checklist for getting started and prepping your home for sale and everything. So if you would like to get a copy of that free home seller guide, post in the comments, send me a DM, just let us know. We'd be happy to send that to you. And yeah, hopefully you found this helpful, and leave a comment on what you found the most useful if you are thinking about listing your home. Thank you.